What's up, y'all? This is Frankie on Football here, back with another one brought to you by Truth No Chaser. Always got to show love to the home team. Listen, we got a pretty funny one. Well, I don't know if it's funny. Maybe funny. That's subjective, right? So, today we're going to talk about Jaire Alexander. Yes, defensive back from Green Bay Packers, Jaire Alexander. Before we get into Jaire, though, let me give you a tad bit of history. All right. Before I rebranded and started this Frankie on Football, part of Truth No Chaser as our sports segment, we had Frankie Sports Bar. Everything, just like my podcast, Truth No Chaser, everything had a lot of drink references. And I had two segments on my Frankie Sports Bar. One called Bibulous Pick of the Week, where I gave praise to basically like a today's hero kind of thing. It was always like a feel good story. Then I had a segment called Call a Cab. All right. Now, Call a Cab, bit that off of Jersey Shore. Shout out to Paulie D. You know, when a person gets wasted, does something, before they do something stupid. Hey, listen, call them a cab, get them home safe. All right, cabs here. So, for those of you that understand that reference, that's where that comes from. And Jaire Alexander would definitely get the call a cab for this week if this was Frankie Sports Bar, right? And I tell you why, because as we all know, you guys probably heard the story. For those of you who haven't, every football team sends out its team's captains, right? Center field to meet up with the other team's captains, and they perform the coin toss. One team that wins the coin toss either calls heads or tails. They call heads, tails, whatever it is. If they win, they can defer, let the other team go on defense. No. If you defer, you are electing for the other team to kick the ball off on you first and you start defense. Or if you accept, you say, no, I want to take the ball on offense. Then the other team has to start on defense. We all know this. Cool. All right. All that aside, the team usually chooses the captains beforehand. And the captains vary. It's usually due to a great performance during practice week or something like that. However, they decide to choose it. They select them before the game. All right. So, with that said, Jaire Alexander decides to take it upon himself to make himself a team captain for the day. Now, if you all know, are familiar with Jaire Alexander, he's very witty, very funny personality. And when he was interviewed, he even kept that same bubbly personality as like, listen, I want to make it clear. There is no mix-up. There was no mistake. I felt like being the captain that day, so that's why I went out. And not only did he go out as a team captain, he almost kind of botched up the coin toss because I don't think he understood what the difference was between defer and accept. So he almost did the opposite of what the team wanted him to do. And then the coaches and everybody's like, why is he even out there, right? So again, he made it perfectly clear he did this very intentionally. What is unclear to me, though, is that whether he really thought that shit was funny. I've never played nowhere near the level of Pro Bowl. All right. A lot of us haven't. But I think I can speak for everyone when I say there's a time and place for everything, fam. And when it's game day and when it's in particular game time, lock in, bro. You sitting there joking and messing around like, bro, lock in. This is serious business we about to do. We about to go to work. We about to go to war. So the statement, there's a time and place for everything, couldn't be more truer at this particular moment for Jaire Alexander, right? So all that aside, let's talk about their record, right? They are 7-8, excuse me. They are 7-8. Okay. They could be potentially sneak in the playoff race. They are already in the hunt. There's a lot of teams that's at 7-8 is a popular record right now. They need a lot of help, and there's a lot of scenarios that need to go on in order for them to get in. However, they do own a tiebreak between a few teams. All right. So while it's somewhat unlikely for them to get in, stranger things have happened, right? They got 2 division games left in their season. Vikings and Bears, they can win them both. That's both also conference wins. They own a tiebreaker over New Orleans. Atlanta could fall back a few. You never know what would happen, right? The point is, you being in the hunt and somewhat owning your destiny, the job is not done for you. You understand what I'm saying? And the Packers organization decided to suspend him. Now, what if, I don't know, your defense gives up points that probably wouldn't have happened if you were on the field and you could have contributed somehow? Here you are getting suspended for something so immature. You know, was a suspension punitive? Maybe, but at the same time, maybe not. You know, some of these cats gotta really like learn a lesson. You know, it seems like, I don't know. You know, I know it seems like he joke a lot, but also seemed like a couple of screws is loose up there too, man. Because I just wouldn't think a dude would not take this position seriously. You know, bottom line, man, just like stop fucking around, bro. Because there's a real fine line between funny and goofy. And you definitely looking more goofy than anything right now, fam. As always, if you agree, disagree, dislike what I'm saying, agree 100% with what I'm saying, leave it all in the comments. I'm here for it. Always good for a debate. But listen, subscribe to Frankie on Football. I'm always here with all the hot takes, all the funny stories, all of that. All right, you can catch all of our content on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Buzzsprout, Pandora, wherever you like to stream all your content. We are here, Truth No Chaser, Frankie on Football. Check us out on, I said YouTube already. Also check us out on Instagram at truth_no_chaser. Also check out Frankie on Football on Instagram. And until next time, Happy New Year to everybody. Yes, Happy New Year. All right. Much love, peace, and prosperity to everybody. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.